Okay. Now another quantitative measure taken by central bank to control the credit flow from commercial banks is variable reserve ratio. Now each and every commercial banks, they have to keep a certain amount reserve with the central bank. That is known as cash reserve ratio. So commercial banks, after accepting deposit, they accept the deposit from the public, and from that deposit they have to keep a certain part with the central bank. That means, suppose, let's give a very quick example. Suppose you have accepted a deposit of 500 from anyone. The commercial bank has accepted deposit. Out of every deposit they have to pay, suppose from this they have to pay 100 to the central bank. So 500 minus 100, that is rupees 400, remains with the commercial bank, and this only they can give out as loan. So credit creating capacity reduces, it lowers down, because a certain amount of money has to be kept as reserve with the central bank out of the deposits that the commercial banks get. Now this VRR, this is known as variable reserve ratio because it varies from time to time. So variable, and this is known as reserve money, which you keep with the, which the commercial banks keep with the central bank. So variable reserve ratio increases. What will happen? The commercial banks have to keep more as reserve money with the central bank. So what happens? Commercial banks, if they keep more money as reserve from the deposits, then commercial banks credit creating capacity reduces, and this leads to less generation of loan, less loans in the economy. So people cannot take loans, so their demand falls back below supply, and this reduced demand leads to excess supply, which makes the goods price to fall below to attract the demanders. That means the variable reserve ratio was purposely increased by central banks to reduce the prices. That means earlier, what is the problem? First you face the problem, then you take solution. So earlier the problem was inflation or price rise, and that was thought by central bank to, it needs to be tackled. So in order to tackle, the price needs to fall, which happens through the channelized effect like this, one by one, and for that variable reserve ratio increases. Now we will do the case of just the opposite. What happens if variable reserve ratio reduces? Now why the name is given variable? Because you can understand the reserve ratio is not fixed. The commercial bank does not have to keep from every deposit a fixed amount of money. It sometimes increases, sometimes decreases. So variable reserve ratio, if it decreases, what does it mean? The central bank is charging a lesser amount from the commercial out of every deposit. So commercial banks have to keep less reserve money with the central bank. That means they have more money out of the deposits made in commercials to use as loan. So the credit creating capacity, instead of reduction, will be now more, it will be increasing. And therefore, since the credit creating capacity has increased, people can take more loans. So this will not be the case. Then aggregate demand will be greater than the aggregate supply. People can take more loans now, and they can create a demand for various goods. So this puts an upward pressure on the price instead of downward. It puts an upward pressure on the price. That means, what was the problem earlier, and why the central bank thought to reduce the variable reserve ratio? The problem was deflation, and deflation, prices were going down, producers were facing a problem of reduced prices, so price needed to be increased. So variable reserve ratio is adjusted downwards so that the commercial bank's loan capacity increases, demand increases, and it puts upward pressure in price, so that the economy slowly adjusts and comes back from the deflation. So deflation and inflation are the disturbance in the economy, and the central bank uses all these measures to stabilize the economy, to bring back the economy from the problem. So this is what variable reserve ratio means. Now these are all that I have discussed till now in the previous video and this video. These are all the quantitative instruments. Now there are some of the qualitative instruments also of that central bank uses to control the credit flow. So now we will go to the qualitative methods. Qualitative means anything whose effect you cannot measure so directly. So number one is moral suasion. Now moral suasion means persuasion basically. The central bank tries to persuade the commercial banks that when to increase the loans and when to reduce the loans. Now commercial banks are always wanting to increase their loans. They want to increase the loan. Why? Because then only they will be able to earn the interest income and profit out. So commercial banks will always be interested to give more loans and generate more income for themselves. They are profit makers. But central banks sometimes feel if so much loan increases in the economy, it will put a very high pressure on demand than supply, and it will again lead to very high prices, which will lead to inflation or consumers' problem. They will face difficulty in purchasing the different types of goods and commodities. So central bank sometimes tries to persuade or make the commercial bank understand what to do and what not. They will force the commercial bank not to think about their interest income, not to think about their profit, so that such problem of inflation may not arise. And the commercial banks are bound to listen because they are always working under central bank. It is the father of the monetary institution. Now what happens if the commercial banks doesn't follow? If the commercial banks think, okay, they have said, they have not given any directive, they are not doing anything that quantitatively reduces the credit, they have only tried to make the commercial banks understand what will happen if they give more loans. But commercial bank, in the motive of earning interest income, might not follow, and such problem may arise. But if repeatedly commercial banks doesn't follow, what will happen? These banks will get de-recognized. They cannot survive in the market because they are not listening to the father of the monetary institutions. So that is why commercial banks are bound to follow the central bank's directive. Otherwise, that can create a problem in non-existence of the commercial banks in later period. So if the commercial banks are closed down, then there will be no chances of profit earning. So this is what qualitative measures include.